Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? What's going on? It's Crazy Al Kane, sugarcane.com, CACTV, representing right here. What bike won first prize, the first joint, podium number 1 on the July Bike of the Month? Yeah, so July was a crazy month. We got a lot of submissions. Over 20 bikes got sent in this month, and it was dope, man. We got a nice variety of bikes. 24-inch, we got our first 29-inch, got street bikes, we got race bikes. A lot of people have been coming, giving feedback, rating. It was so crazy in July that I had 2 result videos. One with my boy Chad for the first half of the bikes that I got, and one with my boy Mike Wicken for the second round of bikes that I got. But before we even do that, I want to give a plug to my little one. She's doing artwork right now. 10 years old, just turned 10 years old. Check out that artwork right there. Made stickers for her. So we got a whole bunch of stickers of this made up. So now I'm about to reveal to you the top 5 bikes on the sugarcane.com Bike of the Month chart. We're gonna start with bike number 5. Bike number 5 is a SC Fast Ripper, sent in by Rick Corpus out of LA. Started a crew called the LA Rippers, and that's his custom bike right there. He got the little green, got the gold going on. It's actually the first 29-inch bike that's featured ever on the Bike of the Day / Bike of the Month thing that I'm doing. So big up to Rick for that. I want to see more 29-inch bikes on the list. I want to see more 27.5s, more 26s. Come on, guys, send them bikes in so we can feature them, all right? You might be in number 5th place. You might be in 4th place. You might even get number 1. Send them bikes in, son. So let's read what Rick had to say about his build, his inspiration, because you know I always love when people send me the inspiration for their builds. So Rick said, in March through April of this year, due to the COVID lockdown and social distancing, along with the closing of my gym, my boys and I decided to put together a bike club, naming ourselves the LA Rippers. Long story short, the boys decided to get together and showboat their new bikes. But I was teased and laughed because I brought my beach cruiser, which they called the Tay bike, meaning in Filipino, the tag-along, the grandfathered bike. At that moment, my inspiration to modify a Fast Ripper came into flourish, and Signal Green became the best choice to powder coat. Once my Signal Green money-making machine was complete, I took a pic and sent it to IG. The camo ties was the final touch of making this bike looking its best. And then he says, again, thank you, Sugar Cane. Yo, you're welcome, Rick. You know, you're in 5th place right now. You're on the list. We're giving you a shout out. We're checking your bike out, man. So big up to Rick Corpus for his 5th place. And now let's go into the next bike. Okay, now coming in 4th place. 4th place on the list. It's this custom Mongoose Title Pro XL with the custom yellow and the red decals and the red parts and all that good stuff, sent in from Fred Melton. I saw it on the Mongoose group page. I was like, yo, you gotta send me this bike, bruh. And now he's in 4th place. People was loving it. People was feeling his bike. He got a lot of votes. Actually, his bike was number 1 on the list at one point during the month. But you know, people vote, they rate, they do their thing, and next thing you know, you might move up, you might move down. You never know what's gonna happen. So he wound up in 4th place. Fred Melton did his thing. Let's check out his inspiration for the build. Fred said, what inspired me to do this build was when I started racing in 1980, my first real BMX race bike was a Redline MX2 that was yellow with red parts. So when I decided to do this build, I remembered Mongoose also did yellow frames with options for red or blue parts. So I thought, why not do an old school flare on the new title? And this was the result. Props to Mad Cycles for the parts and 09 for the plate. It's a dope build. I really like that bike. I'm glad I was able to put that up because there's a lot of people who own Mongooses, and right now people are trying to separate themselves style-wise to stand out with all the different Mongooses that are out there. So I've been seeing a lot of people submitting their Mongooses with custom paint jobs. So anybody who got the Mongoose title but got the custom paint job going on, got something to make your bike look different than the stock bikes, definitely send those in. sugarcanecom@gmail.com. Send those in, all right? Next on the list, bike number 3. That's a podium position. Bike number 3 is in the podium position, and the bike was sent in by Johan Dodler. Once again, he's our winner from June. He got the 4 Nicks. He got a different one this time. He got the polished aluminum frame this time. It's the 4 Nicks Atome 2. He's got the whole France colorway going on there with the red and the blue and the polish. This bike right here was going up and down the charts all month. People was loving the bike. It got so many reviews, but The consensus of the people was this bike is a third place finisher, not first place, but he did get the most votes on his bike this month. Okay, he had over 100 votes on his bike this month. We need people who have no stake in the game, no leg in the game, to come to the website and rate these bikes based on what you feel the bikes look like. All right, so big up to Johan. If you didn't know already, Johan is the owner of 4Nicks, so that's a good look that we have the owner. This is his personal bike representing for the bike of the day, bike of the month movement. Now Johan likes to keep his inspiration simple, and what he said here, he polished the show bike for the stand. So that's his inspiration. So before we get into the top 2 bikes, I want to show you real quick how you can submit your bike to bike of the day. And how you do that is you come to the website. Now this is actually the mobile version of the website, but you'll see it on the laptop display too. So if you go into the menu icon, you will see our menus drop down, and I added a new tab called Submit. All you gotta do is click on the Submit tab right there, and it gives you all the instructions on how you should submit your bike to Bike of the Day. If you haven't seen it before, I made a whole video where I talk about how exactly to submit your bike to Bike of the Day. So please watch that video. I also have the email address there, sugarcanecom@gmail.com. That's all there. But for people who want to know how to send their bike in and send it properly and make life easy for me on my end when it comes time to post this stuff, watch the video where you get all the information on how to submit your bike. Alright? Do that, son. Alright, so next up, coming in at number 2, podium position number 2 for the July Bike of the Month chart is Daylight, a Daylight RC1. The Daylight RC1 that Chad Fair was hating on came in number 2. Shout out to Trevor Hokley from Team Heckler Racing out there in New Jersey. He actually won a Bike of the Month competition before when he sent the hutch in, and now he's got this Daylight RC1, came in second place. He got real close to getting the gold again. This one came out amazing. It was a custom build for his son that graduated this year, and it has a whole bunch of dope details. And I also have to give props to Daylight Cycles. They do some really awesome custom jobs on all their bikes. Definitely check them out. Let's find out the inspiration. Why Trevor made this bike. I kind of spilled the beans and told you already. We're gonna go to his inspiration and get it from his mouth, his words, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to it real quick. He said it's 100% fully custom built and painted for my son for his high school graduation. There is not one decal on this frame and fork. All ceramic painting, even the Team Heckler logos and the graduation banner. It's truly one of a kind. Can't wait to see it on the track. Special thank you to Richard Houvard of Daylight and Mark Zalewski of TNT for getting ish done during these challenging times. That's what's up. Actually, shout out to Mark Zalewski. I want to give him a shout out because Mark Zalewski is that dude. All right, if you want to get some fire parts, TNT parts, TNT frames, definitely check out TNT. Legend in the game. And I just want to give him a shout out. Shout out to Mark Zalewski. And now for the number 1 bike, not number 2, number 1 on the list for July 2020, Sugarcane Bike of the Month, top bike, top rated bike. That's what it is. It's a 1998 Robinson Pro XL sent in from Justin Crash Doyle. I know Justin got a whole bunch of fire bikes, and I was like, yo, bro, send me some bikes, man. Stop holding out on me. Send me some of these bikes, man. And then he finally sent me a bike, and boom, look at this. He's number 1, so that's what's up. So shout out to Justin Crash Doyle for sending his bike. This bike is sick. He's got the little Corvette in the back representing the colorway. He's also doing that red, blue, and polished colorway. So he actually beat out the 4Nicks with the colorway situation. Yeah, you know, it's hard to beat a classic bike. You know, this bike right here is one of the Robinson classics. If you got a Robinson Amtrak, I want to see it on the list. All right, somebody send one in for August. All right, let's get into Justin's inspiration for this build. So Justin says, in these trying times, I feel like we all really need to unite and stand together and work for peaceful resolutions, as well as continuing safety to get past this pandemic. We really need to show the world what America is supposed to be. While sitting in the garage trying to figure out what my next stay-at-home restoration project should be, I felt a full-on red, white, and blue build was in order. I decided it was time to do a restoration on my 98 Robinson Pro XL. I wanted to use the retro gum wall and blue tires to give it a bit of a resto mod feel. I call it the STFH and build. So shout out to Justin Crash Doyle for representing, sending his bike in, supporting the site. and get in that first place. If you didn't know already, I give out medals to the winners of Bike of the Month, okay? So we're trying to keep it classy, stepping it up, making it look real nice. Congratulations to Justin for winning that medal, sending that 98 Robinson Pro XL, all right? Shout out, shout out. This is Crazy Al Kane, sugarcane.com, CACTV, Bike of the Month, July 2020 recap. Who's gonna win in August? I don't know. We're gonna find out. So you know how I always wrap this up? I always say,
back to you,
Billy.